welcome to the another lecture of GE103 Introduction to C Programming and Data Structure. So in this lecture, we'll try to understand what is called if statement in C programming. Okay, so if you remember this for loop, when I explain this flowchart, I'm not explaining this flowchart again in detail. I hope you remember. You have not. If you don't remember this lecture, then please watch this the lecture where I've explained this flowchart properly, and then continue with this lecture. So in this lecture, what I am explaining to you that if your flowchart has this type of condition, this is a conditional statement here. It is saying that after reading the content of A and B, you can read the content of A and B using a scanf function that I have explained in my last class. So after taking input of variable A and variable B, remember what is called variable, that also I have explained in my last class. So everything is connected. You watch my previous lecture, then only you will realize that what is called variable, what is called taking input from keyboard and all these things I've already explained. Okay, flowchart also I've explained in my third lecture. So now here in this flowchart, it's a conditional statement. It is saying after taking the values of A and B, it is checking if A is greater than B. If A is greater than B, yes or no. Answer will be in yes or no, or you can say true or false. This is the condition, or you can say it's a question whose answer is always true or false. A is greater than B, true means yes, it's true. A is greater than B, then we'll go in this path. If A is greater than B, false, that it means A is not greater than B, then we'll follow this path. Okay, so how we should write the same thing in C? So if I go in C programming, the same thing, if you want to write, uh, suppose we have two variable integer a and v. Okay, and I'm not taking any input now, I'll take input later. So only if I, okay, let me take input so that you will not be confused. So printf enter the value of a. As I explained in my last class, this printf is just to guide the user. It is not required for taking actual input from the keyboard. The actual input from the keyboard will be taken by this function scanf, then percent %t and percent %a. Okay, then let me copy paste these two line, enter the value of b. Okay, so after this line, this two line, you have already taken input from A and B. That means you have completed this read A and B part. Now what you need to do, you need to compare it. If A greater than B, you have to print A. If otherwise, you need to print B. How to write the same part in C? For this, you have to write a if statement here. You have to write if, then a bracket. Always remember, then a first bracket, and then inside the first bracket you have to write this condition. I'll write a greater than b. Okay, and then if a greater than b, there are two parts, yes part and no part. So yes part will start from here to here. This is your yes part, and no part will come after else. This is your no part. So you can say this part is your yes part, or you can say true part, and this part is your no part or false part. Okay, so now what is this line? This green line is called comment line. Comment line means it has no relation with the program. When your program will compile, this line will be simply ignored. So to write any comment, you have to use this symbol here. If you write if you start a line with this symbol here, this is called a comment symbol. Or so this line is a comment line. You can write whatever you want here. It's just a comment. So this is not actual program. So what I'm trying to explain here is, if you want to convert this type of flowchart into if else statement in C, means in C, then you have to use a if statement of C. And if statement of C will be, if you write if A greater than B here, then this part, this part is your yes part. That means what means whatever the operation you want to do here in yes part, you have to write in this part. And whatever operation if you want to do in no part, that will come in else. Okay, so if you simply translate it in English, then also it is very easy. Just try to relate it in English. If A greater than B, do this, else do this. Okay, so now at present I will not use any comment, so I'm not okay, chalo ek comment use karte hain, so maybe you will understand. So what we should do, if A greater than B, we should print A. So we'll write printf the bigger number, the larger number is percent D. Which one? If A greater than B, then which one is the larger number? A. Okay. Otherwise, इसको copy कर लेते हैं. Then let me write it here. In else part, what we need to write? In else part, we need to write that if A greater than B is false, then maximum is B. I will write maximum is B. Program is done. We can run the program now. Clear? Let me run the program. Okay, the program is running now, and it is saying enter the value of A. So if I write enter the value of A 10, enter the value of B as 20, then which one it will print? That means A and B, read A and B is the moment I press enter here, this step will be completed, read A and B, and it will automatically come here and it will compare A greater than B. So now if A is 10, B is 20, which so now this scanf is done. Now I am waiting in this scanf. The moment I press enter here, then this scanf will also done. That means A will store 10, B is storing 20, and then automatically the control will come here and it will compare this if A greater than B. Do you think A greater than B is true? No, it's not true, because A is 10, B is 20. It means that this statement A greater than B, this statement is false. So it means that it will not execute this part, it will directly come and execute this part. So it will print the value of B, it will execute this printf function, and it will say the larger number is percent %d. So it will print the value of B. What is the value of B here? You are supplying 20, so it will print 20. So it, see, it is printing the larger number is 20, so it is printing here. So let us run this program again. Now this time what I will do, I'll supply a larger value for A, suppose 25 for A and 10 for B. Okay, the moment I press enter here, A is already storing 25. The moment I press enter here, B will store 10. Okay, so now here after this line, the program control will come here and it is saying A greater than B. So A greater than B means do you think the statement is true now? A is 25 and B is 10. So A greater than B is a correct statement. That means it is true. So if true, then it will execute this part. And what this part is saying, the larger number is percent %d A. So it will print the value of A. See? No, I think it is executing some old program. Okay, sorry. Let me rerun this code. Okay, yeah. Now I'm pressing 25 here, 25 here, and now 10 here. So it is printing 25. Okay, so now one more thing, just try to understand this code. If I press here the value of A is suppose value of A is 9, just 1 minute. Now if I press here, the value of A is 20. Okay, and the value of B is also 20. So what do you think? which part it will print? This is a tricky question. For this, let us go in this flowchart. Suppose A is also 20, B is also 20. So A greater than B or not? Do you think this statement is false or true? A greater than B or not? A is definitely not greater than B, because what I am asking here is A is 20, B is 20. And next question I am asking you, that A greater than B. No, it is not. A is not greater than B. A is equal to B. But मैं equal to B पूछ नहीं रहा हूँ, right? I am asking you if A greater than B or not. So सीधा सीधा जवाब होगा no, because A and B are equal. So when A is 20, B is 20, and I am comparing here the A greater than B, then the answer will be no. Answer will be no. So it will print this. So here, the moment I enter A equal to 20, B equal to 20, and moment I press enter here, it is saying the larger number is 20. Actually, it is printing this part. So there is something wrong here. यहाँ in this particular place, it should print that the numbers are equal. The numbers are equal, right? It should not go for that. It should not print the value of B. For example, here, what is happening here? A is 20, B is 20. So definitely A is not greater than B. So it is following this path and it is printing the value of B, which is not correct. Actually, what it should be? There should be two entries actually here, that if a equal to b, then first tell them that it is same, okay, and then stop, and then otherwise then continue with a greater than b or not. So how can we convert this code? Like if a and b are equal, then program should print that they are equal, and when they are not equal, then it should print their maximum or minimum. Okay, so we will check this now. So to do this, here we will do another if statement. We will write if a equal to b. It means if a equal to b or not. If a equal to b, printf both numbers are equal. Okay, and then we don't want to print any of this. So from here we'll write return. Okay, otherwise program will execute from here. So what I have done here is you know what I am doing in this part. I'm taking value of a and b. Now this part I have also explained to you, the the part starting from line number 14. This part I have also explained to you, but you don't know what is the meaning of this part. This is just another if statement. It means that if you compare with this, then between this and this there is another if statement here. And what this if statement is saying, this if statement has no negative no part. The no part is absent. This is a special kind of condition where only yes part is there. See, and no means it will simply ignore and it will continue from here. No has no body. That means it's like this, that if there is nothing here, then if it is no, then it will directly follow this path. No, nothing to be print here. If this condition is true, then it will print a and then come here. If the condition is false, then it will not do anything, directly it will come here. This means this. So here I'm saying that first of all I'm taking the value of a and b, and now I'm checking if a equal to b or not. Remember, in if inside if statement, if you want to compare a and b as they are equal or not, then you have to write equal to symbol twice. Equal to. Don't write one equal to. If you write one equal to, then it will show you error. Always remember all these things. So now if a equal to b, printf both numbers are equal, and then return 0. Return 0 means the program will stop here. Means it will not go here, it will not print all, check all these things. The moment you write return 0 means your program will return from here to the operating system. It will not do anything else. That's why what I said, the last line of a program should be return 0. It means it should return your control of your program to the operating system. But if you write return 0 here, then it will stop executing your remaining part of the program. So now if I run this code, okay, and now if I supply to a as 20, if I supply a as 20 and b as 20, then what it will do, a is 20, b is 20. So first of all it will check here, if a equal to b, yes. So the if it is yes, it will print this and it will return. So that means your program will stop here. Both number are equal and it is stopping here. Now let us run this code again. Now this time I will not supply equal values. A is 20, A is 20 and B is 30. The moment I press enter here, that means A is 20, B is 30. Then this line will execute. This line is saying A equal to B or not. The question is here is A equal to B or not. So A equal to B or not, the question is no, they are not equal, isn't it? A is 20 and B is 30. So it is no. So no means it will not execute this part. No means it will not execute this part. From here it will directly jump to this line. From here it will directly jump to this. Is very important to understand. If this condition is false, then it will not execute this, it will directly come here, and after coming here it will next execute this line. And this line is saying if a greater than b or not. Now you can see here a value of a is 20 and value of b is 30. So a greater than b, this statement is true or false. This is a false statement. False statement means again it will, this part will not ignore and it will jump from here to here, and ultimately this else part will execute and it will print the larger number is 30. So just press enter, see it will print the larger number is 30. So internally all these things are happening. So I hope I have successfully explained you two things. What is called single if statement, what is called if else statement. So if else statements means like this: if there is a if condition, then true part means this, false part means will go this side. So here if we relate with this if statement, if this is the condition, yes part or true part is this, and no or false part is this. Okay, so this is a if else statement. It may be also possible in C programming that there you can see only if part, there is no else part, which is the corresponding flowchart will be like this: that if this condition is true, it will go here, it will execute this, and the controller will come here. And if this condition is not true, it will not do anything, it will simply come here. In that case, we will use if statement, only if statement. Okay, this is the first thing that I explained today. Another thing I have explained today is if you want to compare any two for equality inside the if statement, you have to go for two equal to, not just equal to. Only equal to will not give you any compilation error, but it is wrong. Okay, that also I have explained now. Third thing I have explained you that return zero. The moment you write return zero in your program, and if this statement is execute, then your program will stop there. So here, whenever I am writing return zero, this statement will not execute every time. This statement will not execute every time. Why? Because this statement is inside a if statement, and this statement will only execute if this condition is true. When this condition is not true, this part will ignore, and from here control will jump to here according to this flow chart. Okay, so this part is also clear. So all two three simple thing I have explained today: if else, single if, how to write equal to operator, how when to use return zero, all these things I have explained. One more thing: whenever you write a if statement, you have to first use a single bracket. Inside this single bracket you have to write the condition, suppose a greater than b, a greater than b, and then you have to use curly braces. This is your yes part, and if you have both side yes or no, both side has body according as per this flowchart, then you have to write a else part. Okay, all these things you have to do. And if you are writing your code in normal C editor or normal G editor notepad, you have to type everything showing here in keyboard. Maybe you can observe, you have observed here that I am not typing everything. If I am giving one bracket, automatically another bracket is coming here because it is a smart editor, visuals is VS code. But that may not this is not true for a normal editor. If you are using notepad or some G editor, something in Ubuntu environment, you have to type each and everything. Also you have to remember that you have to manually maintain this gap. If you see this program from here, see, integer main is starting from here, then there is a gap, and after gap this printf is coming. Inside if statement, these two statement are inside this if statement, so that's why there is a gap here. there is a gap here, there is a gap here, right? Here if you come this statement, this printf statement is inside this if statement, so there is a gap we are maintaining here. See, there is a gap. These particular things are called indentation, and these are very 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 important. Always remember, don't write a code like this, that my printf is starting from here, my if ass. Don't write a code like this, this is not looking good. Always maintain this type of proper indentation. It is very important for you. And yes, one more thing I have explained today is called command line. What is command line? The moment you, if I want to try to run this code now, it will show me error. See, it is showing error because compiler is, C compiler is not getting what is this. This is not a correct syntax for C programming. So if I write this, that means it's a command line. It has no direct connection with C programming. कुछ भी लिखो इसमें, कोई problem नहीं. Okay, this is a command line, comment line, sorry. So see, program is now running again. So all these simple thing I've explained, I hope it is clear to you. Now try to write C programming for all this flowchart. Okay, or whatever flowchart I've explained, write C program. If I remember, I have given you some assignment in my previous lecture also. I hope you are doing all this assignment. Remember, next week there will be a class test, and it will carry at least 2 to 3 points. So please be serious and do practice it. If you have any kind of doubts, and post it in Google Classroom, I'll try to answer. I There are 2 3 queries regarding lab assignments and all. I'll answer you in Sunday most probably. I'm still busy actually, but please practice it because next week there will be a online quiz also for your theory part. Okay, so now we want to write another interesting program, which is more than just a if else. So if you, in previous example, I've shown you a if else statement where there are two paths only, either if, either true or false. But here this is a little different, this is more interesting. So in this, first of all, we'll try to understand what is the requirement, what program we want to write. So we want to write a program which can print the weekdays. For example, if I type 01, or if I type 1, it should print Monday. If I type 2, it should print Tuesday. If I print 3, it should print Wednesday. In same way, if I print 7, it should print Sunday. I hope the question is clear, that I want to write a program in computer so that whenever I type 1, it should print Monday, means the first day of the week. If I enter 2, it should print Tuesday. Oh, you have entered 2, so it's the second day of week, it is Tuesday. So simply, 1, sorry, 1 means Monday, 2 means Tuesday, 7 means it should print Sunday. How to write this code? Let me try. Okay. Uh, Only one is enough. It's suppose a variable name is d. Okay, enter the value of d, and here I'll supply the value of d. It means, sorry, this is not the proper slide. So what I'm saying, that this read d part is over now. After this, I'm checking here that if d equal to 1, then this is the yes part. See here, this is the yes part here. If d equal to 1, this is the yes part. So here, see here, I have written if d equal to 1, just 1 equal to, because this is not a program, this is just for your understanding, this is the flow chart. But every time whenever I will write it in C programming, I have to write equal to. So if d equal to 1, that this is the yes part, means if d equal to 1, I will do this whatever in this part, inside this. Okay, so, and if d is not 1, then it will automatically come here. So here I will print, if d equal to 1, I'll printf. क्या print करना है? If d equal to 1, Monday. So I'll print new line, and then monday, Monday. हो गया? If d equal to 1, it will print Monday. Otherwise, it will not. If d is not 1, then after executing this line, it will not enter here, it will not enter in printf, it will from here it will directly jump and come out from this if, and it will start executing from this line number 10. So actually it will do like this. If d equal to 1, it will go this part. If d not equal to 1, it will go no part. No part means simply jump, and it is there is another condition. That means I have to write if d equal to 2, then what? Then it should print Tuesday. Printf Tuesday. Okay. So now if d is not equal to 2 also, then what will happen? Then we'll go for if d equal to 3 and 3, then printf Wednesday. Okay. So in this way we'll continue, and we'll fill this other dates also. Okay, this is for d equal to 4, d equal to 5, then 6, then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and last will be Sunday. This if d is 7, then it will print Sunday. Okay, interesting. So now if I run this code, how it will let me clear this first. Now I'll run this code for you. So now if we run this code, and if I first of all it will start from here and say enter the value of d. So if I press the value 3 here, then what will happen? First of all it will come here and check if the value of d is 1 or not. No, we have supplied the value of the d as 3, so it will skip this printf and it will come here and check if value of d is 2 or not. No, it is not 2 also, because we have supplied 3, so it will also skip this printf and it will come here and it will check if d is 3. Yes, d is 3, so this statement d equal to 3, now this is a true statement. So the moment this statement is true, it will go inside of this if statement and it will printf, it will print Wednesday. Okay, and after printing Wednesday, what it will do, it will keep on checking other which is not required, but it will still do here. Then now it will check if d equal to 4, which is not, because d is 3, so it will not print. Then it will come here, it will check d equal to 5. Yes, when the d is not equal to 5, so it will not print, skip. Then it will go again, it will check d equal to 6, again it will check d equal to 7, but nothing will print except Wednesday. So see, it is printing Wednesday. Now if I run this code again, and now here if I supply 1, then what will happen? D is 1 means throw scanf you are supplying 1, that means the value of d will be 1. After this it will come here and it will check if d equal to 1. Yes, the statement is true, d is 1, so it will enter here, it will print the value Monday. But after printing this value, it will do something more in programming, but you will not it will not display anything to you because it is not printing anything. But your program will busy doing something. What it will do, first of all it will check this, if d is equal to 2, this is true, this is not true because d is 1, so it will jump this print and it will come here. It will check d is 3 or not, d is not 3, so it will jump from here to here, and it will then check if d equal to 4, this condition will check. No, d is not equal to 4, so it will jump this print and it will come here, but again it will check this condition. This condition is also not true, so this it will jump from here to here. It will compare all this if statement, and finally it will reach here, and then from here it will return. Okay, to check it, we can do one thing. If we write one printf here, and we can say that last line. So this printf statement will printf every time because it is outside of any loop, any if statement. So what I'll do, I'll run it again now. I'm running it again just for one. So if you go to the code and check, if I supply one, then this statement will true. This statement will true, so it will enter here, it will print Monday. But after printing Monday also, it will go and check all these thing one by one, but everything will fail. So no other day will print, but after all this thing, it should print the last line. Okay, देखो क्या होता है. See, after printing Monday, it is checking all this thing one by one, and at last it is printing the last line. So if we go back to this flowchart, so what was my requirement? My requirement was that I should write a program where I will just input a number from 1 to 7, and based on this number, the corresponding weekday should be print. For example, if D equal to 1, then it should print Monday. If D is 2, it should print Tuesday, like this. So I have written the program correctly here. The program is correct, but there is some problem. The first problem, it's not problem, but we can improve it. So what is the issue here is, suppose you are supplying D equal to 1, that is Monday. So up to this three line means till line number 9, your job is done. You have already printed Monday. Oh yeah, but the way you have written the code, it will do some unnecessary task. After printing Monday, it will go and check line number 10, this if statement, then it will go and check this if statement, then it will go and check this. Every if statement it will check, but nothing will be true. That we know, because only value of D is true, but all these if statement will be checked one by one, and finally it will print this. So this means the wastage of time, isn't it? Wastage of, maybe you are not observing it. You are saying that सर क्या टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है, मैं इसको रन कर रहा हूँ. ओके, मैं वन दे रहा हूँ. Suppose I am printing one here, it is printing Monday and immediately printing last line, and it is terminating. So why you are saying time wasting? Because whenever you are discussing about a computer, the time for the computer works very fast as compared to you can imagine, right? But still, time is very important for computer. So that's why if you know, there are other courses like algorithms and all are very important. Okay, you are writing a very simple code here, but what about your code has millions of lines, and you allow your program to unnecessarily execute some lines like this unnecessarily. So it will be very very time consuming, so it is not efficient. So what to do to make it more efficient? To do it more efficient, you have to handle in such a way that once you got the answer, remaining things can be skipped. Thing can be skipped. उसके लिए क्या कर सकते हैं हम लोग? Means जैसे ही मंडे ट्यूसडे जो भी हो, वट एवर द डेट यू वांट टू प्रिंट, वो प्रिंट होने के बाद we can stop. So there are many ways to do. One way is just take return लगा दो, return 0. That means the moment you will print, program will stop. It will not do anything. And you print, use return in every place. Okay, but just after this, I'll say you that this is also not a good way, but still it is easy for you to understand something. The last line was not my requirement. ये सिर्फ आप लोगों को समझाने के लिए था. So I'm deleting this. So now if I run this code with the, that is a mistake in 15, line number 15 में एक extra 1 आ गया. So I have to remove this, otherwise it will not compile. So let me run it again. Now program is running. So now if I press 1, after executing 1, it is but to understand this you need this line, otherwise how you will realize that program is coming here or not. Let me just write last line. Now this last line will never print. Okay, now if I press 1, it will simply print Monday and done. After Monday, program stops. That means If I press 1 here, then it will come here and check if d equal to 1, then yes, this condition is true. Always remember, whatever we write inside here, this if means in this place, then it's a question. You are asking a question. Here you are asking if d equal to 1, and equal to means equal to in inside if. So you are actually asking if d equal to 1, and you know, yes, it is true because you just entered the value of ds1 here, isn't it? So yes, it's true. True means it will come in and start executing from this. First line is saying print Monday. ठीक है, Monday print हो गया. And then next line is saying return 0. Return 0 means your program will stop here because it you are returning from main function. Other function and all I'll explain later, but here inside main, if you write return 0, then from that line your program stops. Stop ho gaya. So in this case, it will not go and execute all these things. So this is one way to write this code efficiently instead of checking all other statements. This is a way that we can say that yes, we can write it. But what about means if I say no, sir, no, this is not my requirement. My requirement is after printing that day, you have to write here a statement called welcome. Means first of all you will enter a number, whatever be the from 1 to 7. If number is 1, it should print Monday. If number is 7, it should print Sunday. But after this Monday or Sunday, whatever it is, after this there should be another line which is called welcome. It should be printed. It means that here after printing Tuesday, your task is not over. You need to do something more, isn't it? So it may be quite possible that after this whatever you are writing here, you are executing one task here. After this task, the purpose of this program may not be completed. Here I need to print a welcome also. So now what to do? You cannot return it like this. If you return like this, then you cannot, means you are just terminating the program. So we'll not use return, we will use something else. So let me just remove all this return and then okay. So I have removed all the returns. So what to do? So instead of return, I'll write here else if. Okay, means see all the if will be converted with else if. I'm typing it. I may be slow, but it if you follow what I am doing, it will be helpful for you. Don't think that what sir is doing is very boring. Yeah, I know it, but still I am doing it because if I do this, it will be easy for you to understand if you follow patiently. So now what I did, see here, I have not just use if. With if I am using else if. So first one is if, or everyone else or other conditions are else if. So what is the speciality here? So first of all, assume that if d equal to you have supplied the value of d as 1, so it will come here and it will check if d equal to 1. If d equal to 1, so the moment it will find that d equal to 1, it will come here, it is true. So if it is true, this else part it will not execute. I hope you remember it, that in the single if statement when I explained at the beginning of this lecture, I said if, normally if has two part, if else, right? Either it will go for if true part or false part, means if part or else part, दोनों एक साथ execute नहीं होता है. Same thing here. If d equal to 1, then it will print Monday only, and then else part will never execute. Then this is also else part. All other else part will not execute at all. These all are else parts, so it will not execute. So only Monday, and then it will directly come here. So now if it is not Monday, suppose it is 3, you have supplied 3, so it should print Wednesday. So how it will do? First of all, it will come here and it will check if d equal to 1, no. Then it will go else part. So else, here with else I have written some if. So else if d equal to 2.